Osseo, number 24, Stuart Kramer. And for Armstrong, number 55, Mike Moen. The forward.
Of course, Osseo keeps that pressure up constantly, and it'll be up to Armstrong to try to handle it. But I think from what I saw yesterday, the sheer numbers on Armstrong's side, they ran 9 guys in and out of there. That's going to help them a lot today. Osseo not quite as deep.
Osseo is in white, and Armstrong in red. And Armstrong with the ball. Brian Wilkerson, 23. Jason Johnson is 33. That goes off the hands of Scott Jankala in the backcourt. Now, Jankala starting today instead of Dan Bedrick, who started yesterday's game for Armstrong. He's not in the starting lineup today. Jankala did play a lot off the bench, though, last night for Armstrong in their win over Forest Lake, and he tries to bounce to Mullen inside, out of bounds.
Well, it took Osseo's offense a while to really get sorted out yesterday against Apple Valley and Bob Martin underneath, but we'll see how quickly they can start today.
One thing we noticed about Osseo last night, very good passing team. Here they show it right off the bat. They move the ball quickly, they move it well, side to side, and then inside to Jeff Jones for the basket. And a violation on the inbounds. Armstrong stepping over the line on the inbounds, and Osseo will get it right back after the basket.
Jay Salmon is the referee who made the call there. Terry Knopf working along with him. Jones 2 for 2.
19 a game for Jones, and Osseo has the first 4 of the game. Jason Johnson, he took 24 shots last night. Made 8. Wow, there's a spike by Wilkerson. But he'll be called for a foul, and Jeff Jones will wind up at the line.
There goes Jones trying for his 3rd straight, looking pretty clean there on top of the ball, but they kind of got the...
So the Osseo Orioles have the first 5 points of the game. Jason Johnson, Brian Wilkerson. Nice pass there, and they tried to force one inside to McComas. It didn't go. Back comes Osseo with it. McComas 45, a quick sub for Armstrong as Jones on the move draws the foul. So right away it's Jeff Jones trying to use his size and a little bit of his quickness to take advantage on the Armstrong defense, and we have a timeout. 6:03 to go.
6-0.
I was going to say the rims might seem like they might be giving a little bit
Yeah,
more.
they do.
I think there's a lot of balls are sagging and hanging on rims that would normally be carrying off.
McComas, a real horse inside yesterday for Armstrong. Came off the bench and made some key plays. Jankala, as you mentioned, starting.
But he has his pocket picked by Tim Jett. And Jett winds up with the loose ball. Had a pitch to Kramer there for an open shot, but didn't do it. Instead, it'll be Jones for 3. And Jason Johnson clears it for Armstrong. And a careless pass. Herman. And it's Doug Herman going in for the basket. And Osseo leads 8-0.
Herman faked like he was going to pass over to Jones, but took it himself. Nice play.
Giving it off to Jason Johnson.
That Armstrong Forest Lake game last night got off to a real slow start offensively. Armstrong didn't want the same thing to happen today because Osseo's a much higher scoring team than the Rangers of Forest Lake.
Doug Herman there on the foul. Here's his basket a moment ago.
Well, the press, the constant press for Osseo forced the turnover, and Herman intercepts it and finishes it off.
And Armstrong on the board on Brian Wilkerson's jump shot. But back the other way, and Jones can't put it down for Osseo. Here's Wilkerson.
Tough shot there.
Jet tried to draw the foul, but it was too late. No call. It was a good call.
Nice body control by Wilkerson.
Excellent.
Well, it's 8-4, Osseo. Kramer missing. Jones is there. Put back. And another chance for Kramer, and it will count with a foul. Boy, Jones and Kramer, they're both only 6'3", but between the two of them, that's 40 points a game. That's productivity.
Fundamentally, they are so sound. And Stuart Kramer doing a textbook job on the offensive rebound, snatching it down, little pump fake to get the defense in the air, drawing the foul nicely. So many players are in such a big hurry when they get the offensive rebounds to get the other shot up. There's Wilkerson on the other end. Nice shot.
Pedrick and Moen have come into the game for Armstrong. They're exercising some of that depth.
And so is this man, 21, Paul Gustafson. I don't even think he played last night against Forest Lake. I don't recall him playing, and he hits a basket right away, and now has a steal. Kirkhoff, Wilkerson, and that's 4 for Armstrong.
3 baskets for Wilkerson in the early going, and they didn't score for the first 3 minutes, and now they're right back in it.
Osseo by 3, 3.5 to go first quarter. And Jones is fouled by Jason Johnson. High school sports. Coming over today after Williams Arena last night. We were right near a couple of bands.
Like a rock and roll station, the music never stops.
Right. Stuart Kramer fouled on the inbounds.
Well, Armstrong's got their feet under them, and we may see that real close, good ball game we've been anticipating after Osseo jumped out to an 8-0 lead.
On 55 Owen, his first.
Look at the Armstrong bench coach, Larry Weem. Stuart Kramer right back at the line to shoot 2. The lucky fingers get Osseo 2 more points, and it's 13-8. Armstrong in the right up with it. Matt Niggin, 53, played a lot last night. Armstrong uses its bench. And inside a foul, they're going to get Mike Horton on that. They called on Jeff Jones. His first, team's second.
Good move.
Quick.
Well, we didn't see that much offense from Wilkerson last night.
Well, he only averages 10 a game. He's got 4 baskets already.
Herman across for Osseo. All the way in. Jones, nice move. Shot won't go, and rebounded by Jason Johnson.
Armstrong seems prone to leaving their feet on the other end. Osseo doing a nice job of using the fakes.
Johnson missing Kramer rebounds. If Armstrong keeps playing defense like that, they'll get in foul trouble if they get it.
Exactly, because Osseo doing a nice job. I think they recognize it well. And Kramer and Jones, of course, smart offensive players.
Niggin rebounding the miss. 2:25 to go in the quarter. Up-tempo game. Wilkerson the miss. What a tap that try there by Johnson. Almost got it down.
Tim Jett hollers at Kramer as he goes by. They want to see a little more offensive development here.
Mike Horton, Jeff Jones. Jones banked in a three-pointer late in the game last night. There's a three-pointer for a swish. He banked one in last night to help key Osseo's 15-point rip at the end of the game to beat Apple Valley.
Oh, he should have taken that one right in there. He had a lane to the basket, but Johnson thought he saw a teammate, threw it away.
Mike Moen not quite ready for that pass. Seems like Osseo really relies on the three-point shot more than most teams we've seen in the AA. They're shooting, as a team, 38% from three-point range. Jeff Jones on the other end showing he can play inside and out. That's a pretty good percentage for a three-point range, though.
They really have to have some shooters when you see that their tallest starter is 6'4".
Just to convert heard that, Matt Bagley. You make 4 out of 10 3-point shots. You'd have to make 6 out of 10 2-point shots to get the same number of points up. The 38-3 is actually very, very good.
Kind of strange that in a metropolitan school of 2,300 people, there's not a player taller than 6'4".
Yeah. They're the largest school in Class AA this year.
And Armstrong right behind them.
Tim Callanan, 55 for Osseo in the game, fouling.
These two schools, of course, in the same conference and really kind of neighbors up there in the northern suburbs. And many of the kids, Jessica Fiebelkorn was telling me, from these two schools know each other. And that includes the basketball players, of course.
Armstrong is a big guy in the game. This is not him. That's Jay Kirkhoff with the basket. 6'11" Grant Johnson, number 43, a junior in the game for Armstrong. Under a minute. Jet, Herman, three-pointer, no. And the rebound, Kirkhoff for Armstrong. Falcons running down 4, Wilkerson. Johnson will run it down. This is going up, you know that.
Good rebound. And the big fella gets the foul. Grant Johnson trying to finish off Wilkerson's miss.
So Grant Johnson fouling, that's his first, and with 35 seconds left in the quarter, we'll go the other end and shoot Callanan. How hard was it, Janet, when you were playing to, if you missed your first 2 or 3, to keep shooting? That's kind of a loaded question, I know.
I mean, it's hard, obviously, but I think what I was alluding to earlier is that you need to try to get better shots for yourself and give yourself a better opportunity to get on the board. I went games where I went 0 for 8, and I guess I just had to keep shooting. I might hit the next 8. I'm not sure if Jason Johnson's really a streak shooter or not, but you try to set yourself up for success, and it's difficult to come out at the beginning of a game if you're not hot and keep shooting long-range bombs.
So Armstrong has the lead in this game for the first time at 19-18. Bellerman for 3, missing for Osseo, and it's run down by Wilkerson. Jay Kirkhoff in trouble and fouled at midcourt by Bellerman, I believe.
Fouls on 32. Bellerman is first.
Here comes Kirkhoff driving across the center court line, kind of gets sandwiched there, and he goes to the line. Free throws.
Now has a 3-point lead. This is an 11-2 run they're on, and they steal it again, taking it away are the Falcons, and back comes Jason Johnson. Wilkerson. And Kramer rips the rebound down for Osseo. To Bellerman. And the three-pointer missing by Jones. Oh, look at the quickness of Wilkerson. Almost got to that ball. Romer saves it. Pass batted away inside. Osseo will keep it. That gets us to a timeout. We'll break with 5:36 to play in the first half at the Civic Center. And it's Armstrong now leading Osseo 21-18. The lens. Tough for 16, 17-year-olds. Imagine the fact that they're on statewide television means something to a lot of these people. Jason Johnson was saying that last night.
I think if you're a coach in the state tournament, though, you try to keep your team as focused as you can, and you try not to talk about or think about rankings or tournament formats or outside things other than just the game at hand. As a player, I think it's most important not to get caught up in all of that. We didn't read the newspapers every day. We just came to play ball and really took it one game at a time.
McComas blocking Jones's shot out of bounds. Osseo in white with the ball. Armstrong in red, the three-point lead. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Romer here has got a three-point shot all to himself. They're not even guarding him, and Osseo doesn't even look to inbound the ball.
Well, maybe this is a result of playing him twice and knowing Romer isn't a big factor in the offense, but you're right, they sure left him alone.
It's funny because Romer made some shots last night for Osseo, but there's the big man inside. Jones getting the basket and a foul.
Jones started very fast in this game. Now has a chance to tie it again for Osseo.
Foul Alan McComas picks up his second foul for Armstrong, and Jones will shoot.
Jeff Jones uses his body well inside. He's strong enough to be able to put the basket in, but he really draws a lot of contact.
12 points already for Osceola's Jeff Jones. We're tied at 21. Jankala, Jason Johnson. Dan Bedrick, 13 is in. And Romer flashing in for the steal for Osceola. And Kramer. What was nice about that play, now Osceola threw about 5 passes there where the ball never touched the court.
Quick passing, Stuart Kramer did a nice job on the fake, classic little baseline move.
Foul here on Osceola at the other end. But for young people watching wherever they are watching, that's the way teams play basketball. When you're in a real team game, the ball moves quickly, it doesn't touch the floor, the players move.
Exactly. Osceola is certainly prides himself on their team play. And it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch a team that passes the ball well and moves it.
Kind of a simple rule in basketball, but when it's followed, it makes for exciting viewing. The man who's open gets the ball.
Try to give and go, but the ball stolen by Bedrick for Armstrong. And Bedrick. Jason Johnson. Jankel is the open man. And they get a foul on Armstrong. They continue to get a flurry of substitutions. Big first half, missing the front end. Here's Jason Johnson. Kirchhoff open for 3. Nice rebound there by Stuart Kramer. Got up well. Doug Herman to Jeff Jones.
Armstrong zone, very tough, not letting people flash through the lane and get the ball. Finally tried from outside.
One of the few shots by Jet. He missed it. Armstrong cannot corral the rebound. And that gets us to a timeout. We'll break with 3:06 to play in the first half. And Osceola leads by 2 at the boys' basketball tournament.
It was a different shell house than the guy who went to Purdue.
Right.
Now the Moorhead State basketball coach.
That's right.
There's Armstrong with the ball in red. They're down by a bucket after leading briefly in this quarter. Armstrong's leading scorer, Jason Johnson, just 3 points thus far. So now 5.
Forgot Roger Shelper. He's a friend of mine, too.
Armstrong basket by Jason Johnson.
They imported him from Illinois.
Back when you could do that, huh? Stuart Kramer. Herman.
Tie game with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Well, Johnson comes out with a steal. Jones at the deck.
3 men on him.
Tough battle for the ball. Kramer and Johnson held ball, and the arrow to Osceola. Jones looking around for Osceola. He's playing with 2 fouls, so he has to be a little careful, and he feels like he's getting beat on inside. Kramer out to Herman. Got Jones and Herman. Big rebound tied up by Johnson and Kramer, and this time the arrow to Armstrong.
Armstrong 25, Jay Kirchhoff.
Well, Armstrong's 2-3 zone defense really looks good, Jim. Did they play that against Forest Lake yesterday? Is that what? I know they took Forest Lake completely out of the game, shutting down Vance and Carter.
They played pretty much man-to-man last night.
Nice basket there. Matt Nigan, he took a bump. Still made the shot. And Armstrong back in front by a bucket. 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Jeff Jones has a three, and he hit it.
He likes that left-hand corner.
Just when their offense starts to sag a little, Jones has been able to pick them up twice now.
And Jones now has scored 15. Armstrong throws it away. And with 1:09 to play in the half, Osseo gets it back.
Kevin Mulder doing the honors. He is the editor of the Full Court Press, a new basketball publication. Played at Moorhead State with my brother.
Where do you play high school ball?
Renville.
Thought I'd get you there.
One of 4 Mulder brothers, I believe. Okay.
Boy, nice move into traffic by Tim Jett. Out in the air a long time to get that shot off. And Osseo now leads by 3. Gustafson. Armstrong up to Wilkerson. A 10-point first half for the Falcons. They get a 12-point half. He only averages 9.9 a game. 12 in the first half. Well, that's a 6'11" big man playing out for it. Spiking the shot from Jeff Jones.
Grant Johnson's playing a lot more tonight than he did last night. Evidently they feel that he can help them plug up the middle, and he sure did that time. He plugged up the perimeter, swatting that shot by Jones away.
Herman, beautiful tip by Stuart Kramer.
He is really impressive on the inside.
Well, you know, at 6'3", playing there all year, he's used to working hard to get his business done.
7 seconds, and they take the ball away, and a held ball. It's going to give it back to Osseo for a last shot with 5 seconds, and they lead by 3. Beauty of Kramer's tip was he didn't even have position. He had to go over the Armstrong player, Niggin, to tip that ball in. 5 seconds, Osseo with a chance. There's the play, Jeff Jones for 3. What a way to end the half. 2 straight tip-ins on offensive rebounds by Stuart Kramer. Watch this last one.
Well, a 1-2 punch offensively for Osseo all year. Jones and Kramer averaging around 20 points each. Jones just misses the 3-pointer, but here comes Kramer working hard in traffic, tipping it in.
Beautifully done. We're at halftime at the Civic Center. Osseo 32, Armstrong 27 in the 1988 boys basketball tournament. And it's Armstrong in red with the ball. Osseo last night forced 9 more Apple Valley turnovers than they committed. 7 more from Armstrong in the first half. Jankala starts the second with a hoop for Armstrong. Mike Court 34, Tim Jett 14. 25 Doug Herman for Osseo in white. Jeff Jones 45 was the key first half scorer with 15 points for Osseo. Nice pass down low, but Kramer couldn't get the layup. But Kramer will turn around and go right back and go to the line. And of course, at the end of the half, it was Kramer with back-to-back offensive rebound baskets.
There's the nice pass inside to Kramer. He's very smooth along that baseline. He really works it well. That time he didn't get the basket, it goes to him.
Good patience shown by Osseo to get the percentage shot inside, working the ball around against his own.
11 points and 6 rebounds already for the junior, Stuart Kramer. Jason Johnson had 8 first half rebounds for Armstrong. Johnson has 5 points with the ball now. Moen. Kirkhoff. Nice pass by Moen. With Jay Kirkhoff for the basket. Jet back in traffic, and the basket counts, and a blocking foul called on Moen.
Tough break for Armstrong there. A big collision, and it looked like the foul call could have gone either way. Kirchhoff making a basket on the other end is important for Armstrong. He needs to get warmed up offensively. He had just 4 in the first half, and he's their second leading scorer during the season. Here comes Jet. Mullen kind of still coming out at him. A lot of contact there, and it went against Mullen.
Tim Jett is goalie on the soccer team. Been all conference for the last couple of years, and really is quite a speedster. Shows a lot of stamina.
Grant Johnson, number 43, is back in for Armstrong. He's their 6'11 junior.
Here's Jett.
Tim Jett. That's a charge. Good call there. Jankala did an excellent job getting back on defense.
I don't think Jett expected him to be there. He made that nice move. He does a little reverse pivot here. Steps back, but Jankala anticipated it well.
Clearly at position. Jets, his spin didn't take him anywhere. He spun right around the same spot. Didn't spin to avoid them. Jason Johnson. Good move on his own rebound. A block by Kramer, and they'll get a foul. And that will put Johnson at the line.
Here comes Johnson getting his own rebound off the miss. Jones takes a swipe there.
Well, he timed the block well, but he must have got him with the body.
33, Jason Johnson.
First foul on Kramer, so Johnson will shoot 2. We've played almost 2 minutes here of the third quarter. Osseo the lead right now by 4. Corey beat Cloquet earlier to advance to tomorrow's AA final against the winner of this game. And a basket by Tim Jett. Nice transition by Osseo. And a triple team, they get Jones on a foul, and that is going to be 3 on Jeff Jones.
His third, and the team's third.
And that brings us to a timeout. 5:49 to go, third quarter. Osseo leading Armstrong. And now fouls. Herman playing aggressive defense on Jason Johnson. His whistle. That's third foul on Doug Herman.
He knew he had committed the foul. He's not giving Johnson any space at all.
Osseo has to feel if they can prevent Jason Johnson from getting a hot streak, they'd have a pretty good shot at closing this thing out. Kirchhoff missing a 2. Kramer did a great job of blocking out the big man Johnson, but he got no help from teammates. So Armstrong runs down the ball, and Jankala hits a 3.
Well, it was Jankala who rescued that ball as it was heading out of bounds. He's played a strong game here and hit a couple of big outside shots this quarter.
Pass came from Brian Wilkerson. He's also played a real good game.
Both of these teams have a chance to be back here next year. He's starting 3 juniors among the first 5, and Armstrong bringing mostly juniors off the bench.
Jeff Jones touching it down low to Kramer. A miss, a rebound, and a foul.
Looks like it'll go against Kirchhoff.
And so it is. It'll be his second.
Well, Kramer does not back down for anyone, even if it's 6'11". Grant Johnson, he takes it right to the basket. Really a strong player.
We saw last night at Williams Arena, the first quarter, he took the ball 3 times right at Bob Martin. Apple Valley 7-footer, and that was an immediate tip-off to the type of player Kramer is.
Well, he may get a few blocked, but he's also going to pick up a number of fouls.
And the 2 foul shots for Kramer, that gives him now 15 points, and here's a steal and a layup by Kramer.
Full court pressure, 1-2-1-1 zone press. Armstrong wants a timeout.
And a timeout by Larry Weem on the Armstrong bench. 4:32 to go, third quarter. Osseo now leads by 7.
Grant Johnson trying to make the pass there. They put the big guy in there so they'll have an outlet on the inbounds play, but backfires this time as a nice steal and feed to Kramer for the basket. 7-point margin for Osseo.
Now you're going to get a charging foul called against Wilkerson.
Well, it was a timely timeout by Armstrong to try to stop the momentum. But Stuart Kramer doing a nice job getting in position here.
Wilkerson kind of lost control of that ball, and he was really reaching more for the ball, but he used his elbow to shove off on Kramer, and now Osseo in danger of opening up a significant margin here.
Well, we already have both teams at the limit now. We'll be shooting bonus for everybody the rest of the game. We're just about halfway through the third quarter. Jeff Jones, the three missing, and the rebound Kirkhoff for Armstrong, and then Jones is caught on the back, and that's going to be his fourth foul.
We said early in the game that Armstrong has a little bit more depth than Osseo, and Jeff Jones, along with Kramer, are the two real inside forces for Osseo. And now Jones is going to have to sit down. Callahan comes in.
And Horton comes out with a loose ball for the Orioles. 3:50 to go third quarter. 7-point lead, and still 7 as Kramer misses. And now 9 as Horton puts it in. For the biggest lead of the game for the Orioles, 9 points. They have scored the last 7. Last 6 points they have scored. Jankel to Matt Nigan, a block shot by Kramer, and Osseo out with the ball.
Osseo just does not lose many battles for loose balls. They are very quick hands.
Right. One thing we haven't seen yet, Armstrong broke their game open with Forest Lake in the second half, really, when Jason Johnson got going, hit about 3 or 4 shots in a row. Eventually, that one may be what Armstrong will need.
So they'd like to get it down to at least 5 or so by the end of the third quarter.
I think Jason is listening.
7-point game now as Johnson gets one.
He's really the only explosive scorer that we can see on the Armstrong team. Guy that can rack up a few for you in a hurry. Still going to be patient here against the 2-3 zone. (44-37), Osseo leading, 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Tim Jett all the way.
That's exactly the kind of execution that Coach Warren Bolin for the Osseo Orioles is going to want. Now they got possession again.
Kramer the steal, Mike Horton missing the bank shot, and the rebound will go out off Osseo. It'll be Armstrong ball.
Armstrong's really on the ropes right now. They just can't solve that press. Wilkerson turned it over again. And to the attack comes Horton. His shot won't go in, and then there's a real scramble as they try to collect the rebound off Osseo to Armstrong. Again, Osseo with a chance to set up that press.
Jankalo. Jason Johnson. And the rebound with Callahan. Osseo with it at 1:35 to play third quarter. Armstrong down by 9. Osseo with the ball.